And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved. The Mega Factory. I think our perfect vein extraction is done. Yes, took some time to do it, but I think we're good. Let's go unlock it here, and let's see. Where would you be? Unless you're not a... There it is. Might as well unlock the magma bore component as well. And let's see what it takes to build this thing. I'm pretty sure it's in drilling here. Mark 3. So we've got the sulfur. We've got the resin. The drill will get on site, and chrome is the last item that we need. So I just want to grab a little bit of chrome before I head down. I'll just grab it here since we're going to zip down pretty deep. This is chrome. This is molybdenum. Chrome. So 2, 3, 400 should cover it. Should. So I do have... I did quite a bit of work while I was waiting for that research to finish. And I got the area by uranium ready to go. And I've got this little teleporter here goes down to the uranium level. 1,341 meters away. It uses 53,000 power every time you teleport. So that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power. So we're just gonna go deep this time. Let's get our manufacturing plant ready to go. And let this thing empty out before we break it for no reason whatsoever. So perfect vein extraction, we are now going to be drilling these ores out at 100% efficiency. It's a big deal. Because the ores are just going to last that much longer. So let's, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, I want to get off of that. There it goes. 100% efficiency. Beautiful. Okay, let's go over here now. I always like to upgrade these as soon as possible. Soon as humanly possible. That way, we're not wasting any ores at all. You know, I spend so much time getting those plasma heads going that, you know, I always like to be very efficient if I possibly can. So we just filled up. We just upgraded that just in time. So now these things are going to mine 100%, and I don't have to worry about them for a while. I mean, they still have like 10 million ore in them. So there's 10 million in there. And there's 13 million in there. So 10 million ore, that's over 1 million bars. So 1 million, imagine that, 1 million bars. That's a lot of bars. Holy cow. Okay, let's see if I think this goes to the cold cavern. It does. And I want to actually go down to the toxic caverns. So this is where my excavators dug up to and no further. So it didn't dig up. So we're going to actually process the uranium on this level because the initial step uses chlorine, and it uses chlorine in quite high amounts. So I'm going to want the uranium to come up here, get processed, and then we'll take that processed stuff and figure out what we're going to do with it after that. I might need to figure out how I'm gonna route the coolant, because the reactors need the freeze-on coolant, otherwise they will explode. So just be wary of that. Where do we want to go? Cold caverns? Yeah. So here we are in the cold caverns, and I want to go up to the surface actually, because now that we've upgraded that, I want to kick off the research for the nuclear reactor and get the blurriness out of there. So, what's the reactor nuclear power? So, 256 compressed chlorine, 256 Heimel blocks, and 256 compressed freon. All of those we actually have. So, let's go ahead and go freon 256. So let's do this. So there's the 256 of there. Chlorine 256 here. So I want chlorine right there. And then 256 Heimel blocks. There they are. There we go, and start the project. Now this is my mod that I programmed in part for my 1,000 subscriber special, and I did a whole mod tutorial showcasing the mod. So if you're curious about how that mod was built, there is a mod tutorial on the entire process. And shows some of the code that's in there. I've also been wanting to put the code up online on GitHub or something, just so people can look at it for educational purposes. Not for stealing, but for educational purposes. If you're curious about how one thing or another works in the game, that would be a good example. Okay, let's look. I'm going to probably want some more Heimel blocks because I just used pretty much all the ones I had. And now that we have 100% vein extraction, I'm going to go ahead and grab all of these things, and I'm going to put a 2,000 slot hopper on, or a couple actually, on this. Oh yeah, I'm going to look at what it takes to make the magma bore. Magma bore component is the Heimel machine block, yeah. So we're actually going to need 3,267 of these in order to build a magma bore. So that's a lot. Not to mention, I don't think the Dazzler takes them. Yeah, it takes imbued blocks. The melters, these are all imbued blocks for some reason. So I want a lot of Heimel blocks, a lot of them. So I'm going to set these conditions, and then there we go. So now we are able to store backlog a lot of those blocks, and I am now making as fast as possible even more. I grabbed the 2,000 other types of blocks, and where did they go? There's the chromed and the magnetic. I like these icons. These are really kind of cool. So there. Now I've got a lot of machine blocks that I can use to create particle filter systems with. Because we're going to need so much chlorine. Oh, we're going to need so much chlorine. Part of the balance of the mod is each reactor, to keep it going 100%, will require 32 particle filters for chlorine. Only 4 for Freon, but 32 for chlorine. It's a very chlorine-heavy build. So the alternative to that is using geothermal. And geothermal produces, in plentiful power, produces 5,400 power. And it uses Freon. So you're going to need like 8 Freon filters in order to keep a geothermal up going 100%. And so mine, the nuclear reactor, uses, or produces rather, 50,000 power per second, but it requires more chlorine. So it's just another alternative power source, and allows you to pick and choose what you want to do. But 50,000 power per second is really hard to turn down. So we've got the cargo lifts. What else do I want? I'm going to go bulk on this, I think. Or maybe I don't need it. The standard is 2,000. Standard is usually 1,000, but rapid doubles that. So I'm thinking the bulk, instead of 3,000, it's going to be 6,000. That's a lot. That's a lot of lifting capacity. But we might be able to pull it off as soon as that research is done, which it's probably not even close. I'd like to automate, actually. I'd like to automate something, namely nano disintegrators, because I think I'm going to be using quite a few of these down the road. So nano disintegrator is lightweight machine housing, which is tin plate, and the Mark II power boosters. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that, and then do I have a turntable? Do I have turntables on me? I don't think I do. I do have turntables on me. Okay, so let's just middle click a turntable. And there we go. There we go. Get that back up and running. That way I can bleed from this and not interrupt this flow as much as I normally would. Okay, now let's set this to remove only. Actually, I wanted that. And we could get fancy here and use a battery right here. Because we have this, we could bleed power from the battery and use that right there. And use the power from this thing to power our system here. Okay, so I want to automate nanodisintegrator, which means I need lightweight machine housings. Oh, and that means I'm going to need a little bit more. There is no GAC, generic autocrafter, to actually make lightweight machine housings right now. I've been thinking about doing a mod that just adds those, but for now, small storage hopper, because we only need one of those. So we're going to set this to remove only. And I want a huge storage hopper set to add only. And this will be nano disintegrator automation. Just like that. For now, I think, at least to test it, I'm going to pop in some lightweight machine housings. Get them out of my inventory at least. Get some of them out of my inventory. Maybe put put some more in there. And let's see. Oh, interesting. I've never actually seen what those look like in a conveyor belt. Looks like it looks kind of like copper frames, only not. So why are you okay? You're actually working, but it's slow. So it sits here, sits here, sits here, sits here, and then finally it kicks out. So make sure these are on remove only. Why are you not spitting one out to sit here? Are you derping out? That is the question. I could move this up one. That way there's a conveyor right there. That might help. I'm not sure. As far as lightweight machine housings go, those are... I'm going to use all my manufacturing plants here. I think those are based on tin plates. Yeah, 6 tin plates. Now, is there anywhere out here that I'm making tin plates? I don't think so. I do know I have a few platers that I can use. So we might have to bleed away some tin somewhere in the line. But I have all these platers right here that I don't need right now. So we're going to figure out where the best way to come up here is. So if I come down here and look, we could sneak some tin right in through here, I think. So here's tin right there. We could sneak tin right over here. I think that would work. So let's plan to do that. And I want one more in there. And then we're going to do the sort of normal thing we've done plenty of times before, which is figure out like that. Huge storage hopper. First, let's get these settled so we don't have any interruption in quality. And super build that. And one more. There we go. We are now delivering tin. Let's make sure that's tin. Okay, yes. It's definitely tin. Now I need to set up those platers in a way that doesn't suck. Okay, so if I have a small hopper here, okay, now I want a plater like right here, and I'm not sure where else, but it has to be something like here. It's going to be kind of messy, I think, because this is going to be hopper set to remove only, and this one, well, I don't really need it to be right here. I could move it, add another battery to the bottom of here. So if I add here, I'm going to need another space, so I need to add it here. So the manufacturing plant goes here. And then the small storage hopper, which I don't have any more of. Didn't think I used all that many of them, but I guess I haven't been making very many either. I like the smalls just because it's not overkill. So we're gonna set this up. So this is going to be, we got a space there, so I don't have to worry about. So this is remove only. This is add only. And this is going to go in there. And let's see how we're going to fit. That's going to go up and in. This one's going to come out. I just want to make sure they're as fast as possible. So this is going to come out like that. This is going to come out like that and go down. I could just go across. I don't have to merge that in. I can just do that. Okay, so you're going to go across. You're going to go up. And you're going to go in like that. And that should, because it's 6 tin, so it should be 2 cycles of that. Gives me 1, and it should be fine. So the 6 goes through. I need to automate the lightweight machine housing. Start automation. That's taking its sweet time. But these should be, I mean, since they're both manufacturing plants, they craft at the same speed. So I shouldn't have to worry too much about that. And I do have an extra plater, but I really don't need it. So I'm just going to put it there for safekeeping. Oh, and I should mention before the episode's up, I did find that other rack railer. Remember several episodes ago, I was like, where is that rack railer? Like, where could that rack railer be? Well, I actually found it. I've been forgetting to mention it over many episodes. But yeah, I actually found it. It's way over here, tucked behind these 2 hoppers. There it is, right there. Man, I looked everywhere for that thing, and I came over here and I was like, what is this? Yeah, there it is. So yeah, I found the rack railer, which is a blessing, because that was driving me batty not knowing where that thing went. But anyway, look at all the slimes going to their deaths. Wow, wow, wow. I think I'm going to grab all of those and give this thing over here something to do. There we go. There, this has something to do now. How's our research? Research is about halfway done. Give or take, halfway done. Okay, and next I want to go down to Toxic Caves, but that will have to do it for this episode. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.